Thanks,
ahead.
guys.
Thank you guys. Won the game kind of playing their style, but then last minute made the plays you guys needed to, obviously.
Yeah, we were fortunate. You know, we did do a good job of taking care of that lead down the stretch. You know, I think we really kind of gave them the opportunity to at least tie the game. So, you know, the free throw blackouts are something we always talk about, something we work on. So, you know, it's something we need to clean up. And other than that, you know, like you kind of always say, we'll take the win. But we definitely need to clean some things up, get better.
You guys are used to playing with that fast pace. When you play Memphis, I mean, that kind of gritty, grinded out style, do you just kind of have to prepare for that? Is that just kind of inevitable against a team like that?
Yeah, to a certain extent. You know, we try not to play another team's style. We always want to play our style, but you know, when they have the ball and they're in the half-court set, you know, it's kind of in their control, and so it's in their hands really. So our biggest thing is I think we need to not let whatever they're doing offensively or defensively affect how we play our game. You know, I thought we were good defensively at times, but made a few mistakes here and there. But you know, down the stretch, like I said, we made plays that ended up winning the game for us.
Blake, the team's last 3 games came down to the final minutes of the 4th quarter, and you guys were able to finish tonight. What was the difference between finishing tonight and not finishing in those other games? Is there something to be gleaned from that?
Yeah, I mean, down the stretch, you know, we had some defensive lapses in Golden State. We gave up some shots, some threes that we didn't, you know, were game plan mistakes. You know, we prepared for those. Houston, same way a little bit. You know, we had a little bit of misfortune there at the end. But tonight, you know, guys just, you know, JJ stepped up and hit a big shot. You know, they made some mistakes. They found JJ put our best free throw shooter on the line, 3 shots. So it's just, you know, one of those games. We're fortunate.
Blake, let's talk a little bit about the back-to-backers on the road coming up here. This game that nobody seems to care about on Wednesday night. Explain to me, I'm easily confused. How would negativity affect a guy like DJ on the road when he's not a shooter and he's not necessarily a skill guy? How would that even affect his game whatsoever, as opposed to just going out and wanting to beat the crap out of a team that you would love to beat?
You know, sometimes when you want to beat a team really badly, you have a lot of extra motivation, I guess, and have a lot of stuff going on. Sometimes you force it. So it's our job to make sure he stays, you know, even. He stays just who he is. We need him to be who he is. He's great for us. Defender, finisher, you know, just the way he affects the game on both ends of the floor, really, his presence. So, you know, it's our job as his teammates to make that easier for him.
He's not
More
a
fun,
skilled
though?
guy.
I mean, you know, skill guy or not, whatever he is, he's important to our team.
Right.
And just because he's not shooting threes, you know, we still need him, and he's going to be big for us.
Isn't that challenge more fun to do on the road?
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this game for a long time now. It's you know, it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see what, you know, Cuban and all those guys have pulled out. You know, how their crowd's gonna be. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a hostile environment, but those games are fun to play in.
Toward the end tonight, were you kind of resigned for overtime, or are you surprised that Gasol missed that shot there, because he's a pretty good foul shooter?
Yeah, I was surprised. You know, they missed, I think, three down the stretch. Conley missed the second end of 2 free throws, and you know, Gasol twice at the end. So you know, you definitely don't ever assume they're going to miss. But at the same time, there's still 3 seconds left, so we could have got a shot off. But you know, fortunately, like I said, he missed and took care of it.
Yes. You've known DJ for about 8 years now. Have you noticed any difference with him in terms of approach or just how he's functioning on the court?
No, I wouldn't say too much different. DJ's, you know, same old DJ. You know, every year I think we kind of step up and try to assume a better leadership role every year. But he still does the same things, and, you know, he's still pretty much the same guy.
Going back to what you're saying about DJ and not letting him be extra emotional down there, did that come into play in the first game against Dallas? You know, he tangled with Dirk a little bit.
The emotions came into it a little bit, but I don't think it in a negative way. You know, sometimes it can affect your game in a negative way, but I thought he did a good job. You know, you want to use that emotion and kind of let it fuel you a little bit, and you know that little whatever you want to call it down there with Dirk and them, it wasn't really a big deal. So I thought he did a good job in that game, but he was definitely excited for that one.
Speaking with DJ, and you have played with him for a long time, are you at a point now where, I mean, you don't have to practice like the plays where you guys lob to each other and whatnot, where it's you have enough time with each other where it's basically instinct. Is that accurate, or you guys sit there and talk about what plans are and how you do those things?
No, I mean we go over certain plays. We don't. I wouldn't say we practice our lobs, but we go over those plays a lot. I mean the great thing about playing with DJ is you can kind of throw it anywhere. I mean, you don't really have to put it next to the rim. He can catch it wherever. So those plays are easy. Once he screens and rolls, it's just throw it up and let him go get it. But yeah, we definitely go over different things, different scenarios, and we kind of have our thing down. You know, when they switch or when it looks a certain way, we know exactly what we're going to.
So is it more the defensive chemistry? The continuity has helped between the two defensively. Is that you don't have the communication there is there defensively from all this time?
On the defensive end?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, each year, like I said, we try to be a little bit more vocal, change some things up, and this year I thought we've done a great job as a team of talking things out, and making sure in practice the things we go over we implement in the game.
We've got Professor Arash's class from USC. One question.
Nice.
At the end of that game, especially for you guys as a fast-paced team, when it really just gets drawn out in that last 10 seconds, you guys are just trading fouls, how kind of emotionally and physically draining is that for you guys as a team?
It's just slow, like you said, we like to play fast, but that happens at the end of games a lot. Close games, it's always foul, and we actually have a lot of experience with that, even not at the end of games. So, it's important just to stay in it, and not give up offensive rebounds like we did, and work on things we've practiced, like the free throw box out, the little things at the end of games like that when it's so slow, and you're fouling and you're calling timeouts and you're going back and forth to the bench. Guys have to stay into the game. You got to be into the huddle and come out and execute.